City building games are reaching new heights, blending creativity, strategy, and survival like never before. From ancient empires to futuristic colonies, these upcoming titles are set to reshape the genre in exciting ways. Let's get into it.
Changed in the blink of an eye. The outpost where we hope to find salvation.
DarkSwitch sets itself apart with a moody, almost gothic world where light and shadow shape your city's survival. You'll need to manage scarce resources, adapt to shifting environments, and make moral decisions that affect your people. The dynamic day and night cycle changes everything, forcing players to think several steps ahead.
As we make the most of the little space the tree afford, we live under a constant threat from the fog. Not an ordinary mist that we knew before, but one that overwhelms us with the worst kind of fear. And yet, if we want to survive in the new conditions, we must not only fight the fog, we must explore it, research it, understand it, as the fate of our people, maybe even the world, depends on it. And all before fear consumes us all. The tree provides. The tree protects.
Factory Town 2 Paradise brings back the beloved automation-driven building system, but this time with a tropical flair. You'll construct sprawling industries, create efficient production lines, and balance natural beauty with industrial growth. The sequel is bigger, smoother, and more colorful, offering both deep management and creative freedom.
By decree of his radiant might, the Emperor...
Set in the peak of the Roman Empire, Anno 117 Pax Romana lets you manage thriving provinces under Rome's banner, expanding trade routes, developing monumental cities, and balancing the demands of citizens all bring the Roman era to life. The historical detail is breathtaking, making every decision feel like it shapes the Empire's future. This is Anno at its most ambitious.
You are far from the marble columns of Latium, and with that distance comes freedom. The freedom to govern as you choose, to civilize the land or be changed by it. You must be starving from the exhausting boat ride over, so warm your toga and fill your belly at the local tavern with a hearty meal of roast beef and beer. Oh, and their cheese pairs surprisingly well with wine. Don't ask how I know. Maintain Celtic ways to learn their myths and melodies at the Bardic Hall, or test your physical might at the recreation grounds. If you're truly craving a taste of home, Romanize and build the Grammaticus or the theatre. Befriend the smiths, their forges glorious. With copper, tin, and silver flowing from these hills, no wonder Varda's army strikes like thunder. Oh, and a word to the wise. Varda will notice your Roman ways, and if pushed too far, you'll need to be ready for battle. Their gods, strange as they seem, carry weight. Epona blesses horses, making carts travel faster over stilted roads. Ken Nunos enriches forests. Learn the ways of their gods, and your rule may go more smoothly. You live in duality, but you will always be a Roman, so you can either govern like one, or be a sympathetic leader. Just imagine this marshland filled with terracotta roofs, paved roads, bathhouses. Oh, civilization. This place is wild, from wicker men to mystical Celtic rites. But it is also your blank slate. So will you rule with a Roman fist or a Celtic touch? What happens next? That's up to you. You can take it from here.
In Instead of building on Earth, Beyond These Stars takes you into the cosmos, where you guide civilizations on massive living creatures drifting through space. Resource gathering, exploration, and diplomacy are woven into a beautifully surreal setting. Each city feels alive, adapting to alien biomes and cosmic events. It's a bold new direction for the genre. Pioneers of Pagonia emphasizes cooperation and exploration, with towns that sprawl naturally across lush landscapes. Every villager has their own role, and the world feels alive with bustling activity. The game focuses on community-driven growth and creative expansion rather than harsh survival. It's a spiritual successor to Settlers with a modern twist.
There you are, Mayor. This is your town. For now,
Starting with just a few humble houses, Town to City lets you organically grow into a vast metropolis. The charm lies in watching your settlement evolve from simple beginnings to a thriving hub full of life. Detailed building mechanics, citizen needs, and urban planning all keep you engaged. It's the perfect pick for players who love long-term progression.
artisans crafting their wares, market stalls busy selling their produce, and people going about their daily lives. Let's start small by building some homes for people and thinking about some basic provisions. They'll need something to eat. How about cheese, poultry, maybe some bread? Let's connect all of that with a beautiful winding road, unbound by grids or fixed sizes. As you build your town, you will need to consider supply routes for bringing goods to shops. These too will need workers, of course, but don't worry. As your town grows, people will continue to arrive, so you will have more hands to do the work. Key to growing a city is to make your citizens happy. They'll want food, clothing, entertainment, and more. Some families have individual desires, like the Chastain family here. They love the quiet of the place, far from other homes. Measure success not by gold, but by smiles. The joy of a garden well tended. The comfort of a neighborhood lit at dusk. Making your town pretty is an important element to the happiness of your people. As your city grows, your citizens will become ever more demanding. Luckily, the Research Center allows you to uncover plenty of new possibilities to meet their needs. While towns need to be functional and provide for the people, they also need to inspire. This is where your creative eye will come in handy. Decorate houses, place flower beds and trees, create an elaborate plaza for people to enjoy. Some citizens have more personal requests. Maybe they want a nice spot to read, or a maze to get lost in. With the foundations of your town placed, attention can now switch to growth and prosperity. Money doesn't make the world go round, but it does drive progress. As your city grows, Artisans move in. They pay more taxes, but they also desire fresh produce. Build a farmer's village to supply your main city with grapes, lavender, and roses. This is your legacy. A living place, a thriving home, crafted not just with strategy, but with care.
You have been chosen to govern a land of great peril and promise.
Manor Lords combines medieval city building with tactical battles, giving you both peaceful management and large-scale warfare. Every building placement feels authentic, inspired by real medieval architecture. On top of city planning, you'll need to command armies and defend your lands. It's one of the most ambitious blends of genres in years.
Citizens.
Vesuvius.
Pompeii the Legacy lets you build a thriving Roman city under the looming threat of disaster. Managing culture, trade, and expansion while knowing history's fate creates unique tension. Players must balance prosperity with survival, making every decision feel weighty. It's a historical city builder, with both beauty and tragedy at its core.
Governor, I've prepared a report on the state of the city.
That sounds like the right thing to do. We need to act quickly.
They're not children anymore.
Governor, sailors report strange sails on the horizon.
We offer fish, olives.
For the next month, we celebrate.
Will there really be lions, Father? Real ones.
Nova Roma reimagines Rome in an alternate timeline where players decide the Empire's destiny. Instead of sticking to history, you can chart your own path, creating futuristic Roman architecture alongside classical styles. This freedom makes the game stand out, blending tradition with imagination. Every city you build feels like rewriting history itself.
You're not the first explorer to set foot on this rock.
The fan favorite Martian colony sim is back, with Surviving Mars relaunched, rebuilt with modern graphics and deeper mechanics. Managing oxygen, resources, and survival remains the core, but now with more complex challenges and vibrant city possibilities, it's survival city building on an alien world, like never before.
The latest innovations in space colonization, redesigned and upgraded, with all the tools needed to create a thriving future on a planet that is constantly rooting against you. So, let's see what you can build from this. Surviving Mars.
Frostpunk 1886 returns to the frozen wasteland, but expands on the brutal survival mechanics. Players must once again manage resources, laws, and moral choices, but now with fresh scenarios and advanced technology, the atmosphere is intense, pushing you to lead with both heart and iron will. No other city builder delivers this kind of emotional weight.
Friends.
Everyone's favorite dictator sim returns with Tropico 7, offering even more control over your island paradise. From politics to economics, you'll manage every detail while keeping your citizens entertained or under control. The satirical humor is as sharp as ever, making tough decisions feel both fun and meaningful.
I know what you're thinking. Can it be done? Can Tropico rise again, be even bigger, even better than before? Ha! My dear friends, anything is possible when I'm in charge. Pure, untouched potential, waiting for greatness. Imagine a Tropico like never before! The best Tropico in history! You're welcome!
From the early days of transportation,
Transport Fever 3 puts logistics at the center, letting you design sprawling transport networks that fuel city growth. From trains and planes to ships and trucks, every system interconnects with your city's prosperity. The sheer scale of transport management is massive, giving players endless creative possibilities.
no matter where, no matter the challenge, efficiency brings success, and progress never ends. Are you ready to connect the world?
The First Explorers tasks you with building humanity's earliest settlements in a world full of mystery. Primitive technology, survival challenges, and natural dangers shape your path. Watching your small tribe grow into a thriving community feels deeply rewarding. It's about beginnings, struggles, and the birth of civilization itself.
Hello and welcome to this new The First Explorers gameplay. I'm Sebastian and I'm currently developing this game on this side. After this common match opening by building wood and stone production, we are now watching a tavern and residences being built. Residences are needed to accommodate carriers in your settlement. If you're running low on free beds, the carriers will go on strike. So make sure to build these residences. You might have spotted the radius around a tavern. Residences close to a tavern contribute to the settlement attractiveness level. The higher the attractiveness, the more boni you will get. For example, more instant carriers for a finished residence. Here we can see how the first meal production is being started. A market stall for fish and a cookhouse to cook delicious meals for the tavern are placed. Cooks can prepare simple and advanced meals. Depending on the type, you will get more carriers from the meal in the tavern. But of course, to supply the market stall with fish, we now have to build fisher huts close to fish deposits. You can easily spot them by the fish jumping out of the water. Nice, we just finished the 6th residence close to the tavern and we advanced to the next attractiveness level. We will now get more carriers from newly built residences and other cool boni. After establishing basic settlement infrastructure, it's now time to explore the close by areas with our swordsmen. You can already see some mountains here, that's cool. So let's expand our territory in this direction and start with a basic weapon production already. Apart from the weapon production, it's also important to increase our defensive combat power. And this is done by producing banners from flux plants. Flux plants grow best on dry soil, and luckily we have some dry areas here. We need a weaver and a farm to establish the production chain. You can decide what the farmer should grow. In this case we decide to concentrate on flux. After a banner got produced, a free carrier will transport it to a military building close by, like towers, palisades or walls. The banner will nicely decorate the tower and then the defensive combat power gets increased. Defensive combat power will dictate how strong your army will be in your own territory. On the other side, offensive combat power will influence how strong your soldiers are on unknown and enemy territory. So let's make sure to increase that as well. At the moment we only have the start landmark. And here you can see how copper coins are stored at the building and the offensive combat power is increased. Speaking of landmarks, that's a nice cool mechanic in the first Explorers. Let's place down the Great Fort, one of the biggest buildings in the game. By building new landmarks, you will advance in your settlement tier. We started off as a hamlet settlement and now want to proceed to the village tier. There are 2 advancements possible in a match, but you have the option between 3 landmarks. The Great Fort, the Big Harbor and the Big Warehouse. Each landmark has its own advantages and will influence your match and your settlement in different ways. So you have to think twice which landmarks you build when. By the way, settlement advancements do not only bring advantages. Higher settlement tiers will, for example, also influence the required ingredients of meals. So you have to choose wisely when you actually want to advance your settlement. After the landmark is finished, we will advance to the village tier and then we will have access to new buildings and new units. Great, so that's it for this gameplay. Hope you enjoyed it and make sure to put the first Explorers on your wishlist now. Thanks.
Whiskerwood brings a cozy, whimsical twist to the city building genre with villages full of charming animal citizens. The handcrafted art style and relaxed gameplay create a soothing atmosphere. You'll still manage resources and expansion, but at a slower, more heartwarming pace. It's city building for players who want a lighthearted experience. Timberborn has been in early access for quite some time, steadily evolving through consistent updates. Its beaver-based civilizations, creative water management, and vertical construction already make it stand out. The latest additions of ziplines and tubeways going to expand movement and connectivity, giving players even more ways to shape their settlements. Quirky, challenging, and constantly improving, it's a city builder that keeps surprising its community.